I don't want to keep it too heavy. Let's keep it light. Talking about what's going in right now, Volley and Phoenix.
Okay.
You can see the draft coming in. Emil Lee Sin locked in, bro. This is a next level try hard. And the Yasuo as well.
Look at the try hard. Okay, before that. Wait, Hungry Cards. You need first. You know what's the key thing of any esports player? Look at their facial expression. You know how serious they are. If they, look at Volley right now. They are 100% focused. And even Philippines look no smiles.
Yeah.
No
Phoenix
smiles. They're like, all right, I'm pumped up.
You can see they're really
ready.
like, discussing the strategy.
Like, it's so different, right? The previous games, they're all like, yeah, ha ha ha. This one is, yo, I want to crush it.
Okay, let's talk a bit about the draft. So we see the Lee Sin, the Yasuo, the Nami, Akali being hovered and driven as well. This is pretty scary when it comes to, well, the MF is great as well, but this is a scary composition. You know, there's so much power in team fighting right now that Volley, you know, they look like overall in terms of draft, they're looking a little bit better.
I have to say, really solid triple assassins coming up from Volley from Vietnam. The Yasuo most likely gonna go to the mid lane, and then of course Kali on the top up lane. You know, you can kind of swap here and there, but really quick draft picks coming up. You can see on the other side, they kind of go for a lot of pickoffs. You have the Amumu with the curve of the Sap Mummy. Charm is always a good utility to have, and of course the Rocket Grab. We saw the previous game didn't perform that great results, but it's always a threat. A lot of single target CC, right? The Ashe, the Blitzcrank, the Ari, even the Bandage House from Mumu does bring a lot. Going into the draft, going into the game, what do you think here?
I favor the Team Volley draft from Vietnam a little bit more in terms of what they bring to the table. Very mechanically outplay heavy style where if you style and flex on your opponents, you're always gonna snowball. That being said, Team Phoenix, their draft is a lot more reliable. It's more on demand, right? You have the Amumu, the Ashe, like you mentioned. Very solid lockdown. And the early threat of the Blitzcrank is the one that is always going to tilt me. Because if you've played Wild Rift, you know how disgustingly strong the hook is in lane. And if you can connect a few times early and just get your bot lane, or in this case, the Dragon lane rolling, I think there's a lot more value in that as well.
I kind of like both, different styles. Vietnam going for the flashy plays with all the assassins, Phoenix going for the teamwork. But we're going to go into the third game, Volley from Vietnam against Phoenix from Philippines. Now, just to quickly remind everyone why we're always seeing on the left, on the bottom left side, because we are actually capturing from the players' perspectives themselves.
Yep, and it is also mirrored right now. So you can see the Dragon lane is generally the bot side of the map, the Baron lane is the top side. And if you're on the red team, it is inverted away. So that's something that we have to take note of and be more cautious of as we are looking at this game. Right now, all things looking pretty default. Not really too surprised with the current lane assignments. Anything standing out to you, Matthew? I mean, you talked about the Yasuo going mid, Akali going top as a bit of a flex.
Yep.
In this case, it's pretty much what you predicted.
Yeah, I think actually both teams, the one that we're going to see in this early game is going to be the jungle, right? Lee Sin, really high potential to go for the kill. We saw that game when Malaysia played up against, Fredo, got that early kill, and Amumu, very, very slow jungle into the early game, so he needs to look at the business, and yep, there you go, you can see the minimap, Lee Sin going up 1v1 against the Amumu. Can he get the kill? Oh, Flash comes out, Vietnam, stuck.
He might die.
His minions! Wolf! Jump! Right, no! He survived!
Okay.
Hello?
He's
Bot
good,
lane, where's the response? Bot lane, where's the help?
Well, for all intents and purposes, the invade was good enough to pressure the Mumu off. He almost got the kill, but the minions came in the way to block the Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike, so was not able to finish the kill. The thing about the jungle right now is it's a little trickier to hit level 3 and 4, just based off the camp, so you always see people going in aggressively level 2 invading. I think that's generally the accepted way to play right now when it comes to being aggressive. Overall for Team Volley, small early leads being garnered, in the bot lane. No kills just yet. This Jinx is going to scale. This Crank has yet to connect on any big hooks, so Misty should be safe here for now.
Yeah, I think it's pretty okay. Now, just one more thing to note, right? In Wild Rift, you unlock your ultimate at level 5, not level 6. So that's one of the other differences that we kind of see between the mobile and the PC version of the game. So you kind of want to see that, instead of that level 6 that you always wait for when you get your big ultimate, it's level 5 where you can actually expect those all-ins coming in from both teams.
Yeah, we always see more aggressive action early on because, like you mentioned, ultimates are unlocked one level earlier, and the junglers are still more able to do things. Hold on, mid lane, Yasuo jumping in, and the jungle as well, action all across the map.
Họ thế giới chạy rồi.
I think he should be fine there. He's all the way in his own zone. But look at that. Oh, there is coming for the support. However, they do have the ultimate in the top side already. Wow, Dexy picking up a solo kill. So many action all across the map. I think so far across the map, it's just going to be a 1-for-1. Unfortunately, we did kind of miss it, but no worries. Just early days, you know, early kills. Hopefully those big team fights is going to erupt pretty soon.
Yeah, still getting punished in the jungle though. Megan is going to have to run away from this Lee Sin chasing down. Aggressive junglers against a Momo is kind of like the bane of his existence, right? Because you don't really have the safety that you normally want to just farm away, and in this case, you always get chased out of your own jungle.
Yeah, so now, right, one thing I want to highlight now, Dexy on this Ari, right, already has that advantage over the Yasuo. She needs to punish. She needs to start roaming and help her other lanes out. Maybe get another kill. She already has that level advantage, so has the item advantage as well. If she gets the charm, you know, can get another kill, but I need to see her start roaming as well.
Yeah, I think the idea here is to play for the Darius and, you know, maybe punish the Akali a bit more, be a bit more globally impactful, as you would say. And because the map is slightly smaller on Wild Rift, roaming to side lanes is that much more effective. You know, you go from mid to bot real quick. And if you have boots, a lot of people don't realize this if they haven't been, you know, paying attention, but you can activate your boots for a short burst of speed. And I think that is what allows you to rotate around the map even more, right? And boots are cheap in this game still, they're the normal price. That mobility just from buying, you know, the brown bags, the basic boots is so good.
You can see the Hawk shot across global range as well, same as the PC version. We'll just try to get some information. We saw Lee Sin and Yasuo roaming to this dragon side, but couldn't find anything to connect. So far, actually pretty quiet. And one thing to note, Amumu pretty happy now. At least, you know, she's all safe. Oh, here comes Lee Sin, safeguard. Where's the Sonic Wave? Does land, but will not go for the flashy play this time around.
Yeah, he didn't know where the jungle was. You can see now Amumu's walking towards the top side. I think there's gonna be a big fight breaking out here, Matthew. Just take a look at the dragon.
Oh, Amumu. Oh, let's look at the perspective. Looks like she did go down here. Watching the top side, there is a small little fight breaking out, and I think that's a big advantage. Going over to Team Vietnam, they have the numbers advantage, and I think they're gonna just get a 3-for-0 exchange. Dexy looking to try and recuperate something, going for the bottom lane roam, but I don't think she'll be able to get anything from here.
Yeah, right now it's just the collapse from Team Volley into the top side, and they will be able to transition over to the dragon as well. Okay, this is gonna get a bit confusing, so more of like the dragon lane gank as opposed to the top side, but that was a successful dragon lane gank that allowed them to collect the neutral objective as well. So all in all, Team Volley looking advantages at the start. You know, 5 minutes in, they've got 4 kills, they've got the dragon, and they're gonna slowly scale up with this Jinx as well. So this composition, you know, like we said, if you can make the flashy outplays, the snowball starts, that's when it's gonna get very frustrating to play against.
Yeah, I guess it's assassins, you get the kills, you just stack it one against the other. Good win wall just to pressure out this RKC. Myung doing so well, does get it, does have the ultimate. I think he wanted to go for the last breath, but it was just on cooldown. Meanwhile, looks like the Darius does actually go down. A solo kill happening on that top side. Akali, I think, starting to come online as well.
Yeah, Akali into Darius is an interesting matchup because when she's in the smoke, you can't really tag her with your ultimate. So the all-ins tend to favor the Akali, but it's a, you know, it's like a skill outplay thing, right? If you get hit by the burn damage from the bleed, then you kind of mitigate a lot of your value in the smoke screen as well. So props to it. You know, so far Team Volley has been showing that they're no slouches as well. They're still jumping and looking for a little bit more. Having to back away now as the Darius comes in to reinforce this down. Not really want to stick around. We'll just walk back over to the Rift Herald this time.
Yeah, looks like Lee Sin just gonna go to the Rift Herald, do the objective. I mean, make sure you get as many, you know, advantages as possible. Definitely a hit in this jungle matchup because of its natural aggression. I'm gonna take up this Rift Herald. Nothing much, you know, Amu can really do about this. She has to just go back and go for the farm, and that's the Rift Herald. So Rift Herald exactly the same as the PC version. But the only difference is that Rift Herald in Wild Rift only spawns one time.
Avarosa, guide me.
Take a look at the minimap. Gonna be a bit aggressive here. Alodia and Ashley, you know, the sisters holding in the dragon lane still, but they might need to walk into the jungle to give some assistance. They will spot out the Lee Sin. Alodia is just throwing the volleys, trying to dissuade them, say, go away, don't stay in my lane, man, I just want to farm. And they should be able to get something on the mid lane.
Last land. Yasuo gonna hold it out. Meanwhile, wow, this Kali's just bullying this Darius, and they do pop the Rift Arrow on to that dragon side. Now let's see what's happening here. Here comes Lee Sin. Enchanted Crystal Arrow does come through. Dragon Rage pushes against the wall. Flash comes out from Elodia. They want to try and kite this out, but can it do it? Here comes the Tidal Wave. It lands onto both, and this should be an easy follow-up. Aqua Prison, he gets to get excited. The Jinx gonna pick up an easy double kill. Great big advantage, and they haven't even popped the Rift Herald yet. This is gonna just go marching on down to the lane. Another turret gonna go down to the hands of Volley from Vietnam. Huge advantage swing going over to the Vietnamese squad.
That's a fuse bad for the Ghost and Feral sisters. They've been sitting in the lane, you know, happily farming, slowly scaling up. Ashley and Lodia just okay living their life without fighting in the bot lane, but all in from Volley, and another fight breaker on the map, having to flash away Wei-Chan, not wanting to stick around. Now, James Reed looking for a little bit more as he jumps back in. He might just get the kill here, looking for a second still. Wei-Chan, he has the ultimate in 2 seconds. He could make this play. No. He wants to go for it, but we'll be backing off. Yasuo's here. He's going to pick up the kill. Last breath down, and should be a kill.
He does actually survive. Nope. Cool guys don't look at explosions. He was confident he'll get enough damage. He will pick up the other kill just from there. But Team Vietnam are really showing the prowess, really showing the potential, and I think they really were prepared coming into this competition.
10-1 is the kill score right now. Slightly under less than 10 minutes as Dang is going to jump into the jungle again. Look for a kill to make it a great combo coming in. Smooth as silk. Completed solo execution there. And looking for a little bit more here.
Oh, he's not done. He's not done. Tempest, that's cripple. Here's some Tidal Wave. Sonic Wave gonna land. Gonna get another kill. Flashes out into turret. And easy as that. Just like a smooth criminal. Even Michael Jackson would have been proud of that kill.
Man, the junglers have been popping off during Pentaboom so hard this time. You know, like the value of having this aggressive movements in the jungle has been winning the games for a lot of these teams, and you're starting to see the value here as Dang, you know, is making things happen for his team.
Oh, it looks at least, you know, Team Philippines does get something back. Team Phoenix taking that top side turret, or the dragon side turret, but Vietnam does reply with their own. Looks like, you know, Volley from Vietnam, they're really setting the tempo of this game.
Yeah, Volley is dictating what happens right now. As you can see, Ocean Dragon will be spawned up as the bot wave is pushed, the Dragon Wave push. Dragon Lane Wave, rather, is going to be pushed out. Big collapse here coming in. Megan looking for the bandage toss on the opposite side of the map. It might just be a solo kill here coming in. Wei-Chan's going to back off. Nothing really big happening just yet as attempts were made across the map, but no connection still.
Oh, Yang Yim looking for the flank here. This Lee Sin is so smooth. Look at his animations, right? He's so confident in all his movement. He knows what he needs to do. He's just buying some vision, buying some information. Oh, going for the aggressive play. Tempest slash cripple, but he does get apprehended back. He's going a little bit more against you because of the enemy. Everything's being blown, but he's still trying to get away. Sonic Wave, can he go away from this? A charm as well. Up of this action just to clear it up. But looks like things are not done here because here comes the Yasuo. Beautiful Tidal Wave. They do get the Blitzcrank, but it's not enough damage. They want the key targets. Oh, the double pop up from the Aqua Prison. They get the kill. One more down. It's a 1-4 exchange. Here comes the flash coming up from the Nami. A little bit too aggressive for my liking, but here comes the Ashe. Alodia going for the aggressive stance. It's not going to be enough. Myung, he does have the chain. He's so confident. He has so much damage. The knockup onto the Mumu. Can it be enough? Aqua Prison not going to land. He does have the land. He's not going to be enough. And there comes the rest of the team coming for the backup as well. That's a huge team fight win coming over for Vietnam. It was looking good for Phoenix, but it was just not enough.
Yeah, take a look at the sequence of events that led to that, right? So it was, first off, Lee Sin going overly aggressive. They caught him out and you thought, okay, that's a great enough pick for Phoenix. You know, they can back off. But the moment they overcommit, Alodia walking up, getting caught, a bit tricky from then on to just continue the fight. So maybe overreaching just a little bit on the side of Team Phoenix. That being said, Team Vietnam, you know, Volley is going to capitalize. They're going to take the Dragon again, and now they're sitting pretty at 15-2 overall in terms of kills and just a massive goal lead.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, yes, it's probably Lee Sin, right? But it brings so much abilities. Curse of the Mario was burned. The static field from this card was burned. They had practically no more crowd control for the rest of the team fight. And you could see, once the Yasuo said, yeah, I'm good, he just went all in with those ultimates. He just knocked up everybody and he saw the opportunity. We didn't even see the Akali highlight reel that we thought we were gonna see. He just like, hey, drive by, gonna just pop some shurikens and walk away.
Okay. Now, I think the Baron fight is going to be what dictates the outcome of this game because, you know, Phoenix are not out of this by any margin, right? Their composition still excels at finding picks and fighting big team fights. So if they can hit the skill shots necessary and find picks along these big objective fights, I think that is how they get back into the game. We're looking at Ash arrows, blitzcrank hooks, and charms as well to make these sort of things happen for Team Phoenix. As I say that, this Baron is gonna fall almost instantly.
Yep, there goes Lee Sin. Oh, did get a pick off there. I think it was a 1-for-1 exchange at least, but here comes Team Volley with the smoothest kick you can ever see. They pick up the arrow, get excited, does get procced out. Alodia, nowhere to run. Does this Jinx wants to go for more? Of course she does. He gets procced out by the Rocket Fist, but no problem. He gets the shield. Oh, he's just staying alive. He's gonna flash over the wall. Make sure he walks away. That's an ace coming out from Volley Team Vietnam, just smoothing through for this game.
Yeah, the Lee Sin has been just making miracles happen. Fights that shouldn't be started down has been getting to the back lines, getting the kicks. Like you said, smooth criminal goes in, gets the execution, backs off. And if you're Misty here as the Jinx, you're happy just running around, clicking the giant sword on your screen, auto-attacking champs, and cleaning up the fights.
Of course, Baron in this game doing the exact same as the PC version, just gonna empower those minions, and that's exactly what Lee Sin is doing. He's happy, just walks, just standing there, get that extra damage onto the turret, and that is dirty, Yangdom. He was like, yeah, you wanna hook me? Nope, not this time.
Yo, okay, last stand coming in though. Megan looking like she wants to go for the bandage toss, but taking a lot of damage, goes up in the bubble already. And here comes the Akali looking for the assassination. Perfect execution is there. Diving into the fountain. He's flexing a triple already for the Jinx, a quadra. Where's the Penta?
Kill.
No, the game is over. And Team Volley popping off in their first game for today. Our third overall, but just showing that this team, they're here to play.
I mean, he just needs to write a Lee Sin guide right now. He plays so well. I mean, I think don't get me wrong. I think the rest of the team Vietnam played really, really well. But damn him, he played out of his mind. Everything was on point. You could see those dragon rages, the angles he was picking. Great game coming up from Volley from Vietnam.
Remember in the pregame segment or in the draft, we were talking about who's more favored in this overall composition. And I said Team Volley, it's an outplay, it's a mechanical sort of situation that they excel in. If they don't get those kills, if they don't stun their opponents, it's going to be hard for them to close the game out. But they did exactly that, right? They found the 1-for-1 kills, they found the solo executions. These kind of plays, when you draft a composition like this, if you're pulling it off, it looks great. If you don't, then you're like inting, right? But congratulations to Team Volley, they showed that they understand the draft. Team Phoenix, on the other hand, I think there are good fundamentals in terms of draft, just like they got a bit unlucky with certain matchups here. Lee Sin into Amumu is just really tough for the Amumu.
Yeah, I think the traditional saying is that it's either you go 10-0 or 0-10, right, Daryl? But the thing
for
is
Yasuo
that
especially, you got the power spike.
Yeah, that's true. But I think you see, right, the idea coming from Phoenix, it was there, but they just needed to hold on until all of them got 1 or 2 items. But Volley was having none of that. They was just 100% since level 2. You could see the invade into Amumu, making sure he doesn't have a good time. And it was just pressure, and that's what sealed the game for Volley.
Yep, that's their first win for today. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more from them, but we'll move over to the highlights and take a look at this Lee Sin highlight clip. Essentially, I think that's what we're going to see.
So I think this is not the game highlight, guys. This is the Lee Sin highlight. We're starting off with a Lee Sin highlight. Let's count how many Lee Sin highlights will be here, right? But yeah, you can see on top of that, this Nami was really on point. All those tidal waves, those aqua prisons really set up a lot of kills, and they got another one. Safeguards, slows him down with the tempers and kicks it into the sonic wave as smooth as you want. This guy was all over map. He picks up the ripper, auto attacks to slow him down, and hey, yep, I got it. I'm so confident. He knew he was gonna get out of there because he had the flash. And this is the 4th Lee Sin highlight in a row. Okay, this is kind of a low light because he kind of died here. So let's scrap this guy's production. Let's not show this. Let's not show this. This is the wrong clip. This is the wrong clip.
He went in a bit hard. He was baiting for his team, right? I think the play is like, it's okay if I die because the rest of the team is there to supplement and come in to clean up the fight. And Song here on the Yasuo, dude. This guy was popping off as well. Like, when you play Yasuo, you play Akali, you play Lee Sin, you gotta look like a mechanical genius or it just feels bad to play.
Yeah, I can see that Kali, he's like, oh, can I join something? But nope, he just walks away. And another great Dragon Rage onto the Ahri. You could see, Phoenix, they were looking for openings, right? They were farming, they were doing the right things, but they just felt a little bit too behind into that early game. And when you reach to this late game, Jinx is just popping off.
Yeah, I think at that point, you feel very confident as Jinx because your frontline and the people that are doing work are already, getting you the leads, right? So you just literally walk around and clean up the fights. You get excited, you're okay just cleaning everything up. And as we look at this overall stats coming in, Lee Sin 4-2 and 8, it doesn't tell the full story, but I think just contributing and controlling the map. Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with this. I think Dang Yim played the best game of best Wild Rift game ever so far. Right, we can actually say it because there's only been like a handful of Wild Rift professional games. So I'm calling it best Lee Sin Wild Rift game. Yes, best Wild Rift.
Is that the clickbait YouTube title? Best Lee Sin Wild Rift match.
Yes.
All caps.
Riot Games Southeast Asia. I just named your YouTube. You're welcome.
Well, all credits to Misty as well on that Jinx. You can see she received the MVP 8-0 and 5. The positioning was pretty good as well. There were a couple occasions where it could have been a bit dicey in lane. If you get hooked early, you get picked off, then this Jinx doesn't get to the point of scaling, of cleaning up fights. But all credit to the AD carry or the marksman for being in the right position, the right time, cleaning up the fights.
Yeah, and this is exactly how Game of Wild Rift goes, right? The early game tempo all dictated by the jungler and whatnot. But late game, it's all about those carries, and I really like Volley's draft because they had really aggressive jungler to kind of set the tempo, and then in the late game you have those assurance with the Jinx, with the Yasuo and the Akali. You can see the damage output is actually not too far off for the side of Volley. Everyone did a fair amount of damage, but you cannot neglect the fact that Dang Yim on this Lee Sin, he played really well. But on the other side, Phoenix, they had the right idea. I mean, you should touch on a little bit for the team from Philippines. They had the right idea. I think it was just the early game. It was a little bit too far behind for them to come back. I'm really excited to see the rest of the games coming up from this squad.
Yeah, like I was talking about, you look at this composition overall, you could see what they're trying to do, right? Find picks, get good team fights, a Momo Curse of the Set Mummy into Darius just popping off. Like, there is a overall theme to what they're trying to do, and even their picks, right? It's just that the early outcome wasn't suited for them. It wasn't that favorable, and geez Louise, look at this. Moment they picked up the early kills, they just snowballed so hard, and that's what the composition was designed to do for Volley. Like, the moment you start winning 1v1s, your goal just shoots up exponentially.
Yeah, you can see that mountain just slowly grinding from the third minute or so. That's where the real boost came about. If I'm not mistaken, that's the top lane team fight. When they lost 0-3, that was the big turning point for team the beat, where they were. And
then they got the Rift Herald into the turret as well.
Yep. That was the big two kind of game-changing factors. Let's look at the MVP. It is going to be Misty on that Jinx 8-0 and 5. Perfect KDA. She should retire right now. She can say she has never died in a competitive Wild Rift game. What do you think about that idea? Is that a good idea?
I think the more important part, if you take a look at your screen now, is damage taken. 3.4k damage throughout the whole game means that your positioning is like godlike, right? You're not being caught out for no reason. You're not taking chip damage for no reason. Against champions like Ahri, against champions like Ashe, where Ashe is consistently poking you, you take this minimal amount of damage. It's an